Good morning and welcome to our daily walk through the book of Daniel. We are in Daniel chapter 7, and again, we're back into some very interesting prophetic look at future events, and of course, future for Daniel in his day. Certainly, some of it will be future for our day, some of it will be history for our day. So it's rather interesting. And so Daniel actually jumps back because, as you notice, the previous chapter, Darius of the Medo-Persian Empire was on the throne there in Babylon, and he jumps back to Belshazzar, which is Nebuchadnezzar's grandson, is on the throne in his first year. And it says, in the first year, the king of Babylon, Daniel, had a dream, visions he held on his bed, and he wrote a dream, and he told the sum of the matters. And Daniel spoke and said, I saw my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. Of course, that would be the Mediterranean Sea. That's a great sea in their area. And four great beasts came out from the sea, diverse from one another. Now, just interesting, the idea of sea and beasts coming out of it would be these beasts are coming out of the Gentile nations is the idea, and they're all different. Four of them were different, and then he explains each four of them, and I'll throw in some notes as we go just to kind of make things a little bit more compact, if you will. Definitely read the chapter. This is amazing because it gives us a lot of insight and understanding to the book of Revelation, especially in chapter 13. It also connects with Daniel chapter 2, as we will see. But the first world empire, which would be Babylon, he explains in verse 4, which is already the one that had been canceled out by the Medo-Persian Empire, if you will, in Daniel's time. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings, and I beheld till his wings were plucked, and it was lifted from the earth, and it made to stand upon the feet of as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. This is the same, the head of gold in Daniel chapter 2, by the way, just so you know. And verse 5 says, and behold, another beast like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in its mouth between its teeth, and they said thus to it, devour and eat much flesh. That was a Medo-Persian Empire. Babylonian Empire was begot somewhere around 606 BC, then 538 BC for the Medo-Persian Empire as they took over Babylon. And then verse 6 says, and after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon its back four wings, and fowl of the beast, and four heads, and dominion was given unto it. The Grecian Empire, Alexander the Great was like a leopard. He was fast. He moved in, conquered the entire world in 30 years, and took over, of course, the Medo-Persian Empire. And then the fourth world empire, which would be the Roman Empire, 63 BC. After this I saw night visions, and behold, the fourth beast, dreadful, terrible, strong, exceedingly, and it had iron in its teeth, devoured and broken pieces, stamped the residue with its feet, and it was different from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. Now that 10 horn part is really, yet future. So we see the Roman Empire, Pax Romanus, began around 63 BC, was powerful. It conquered the entire known civilized world at the time and never was overtaken by another empire. Literally, it assimilated into Europe, if you will, the European community. And it had the Holy Roman Empire, the seat of the leader of the Holy Roman Empire in different places, including Rome, but also in Prague, there was also the head of the Roman Empire at one time. But be that as it may, it's still technically, even though it's not singly in power today, it is the remnants of the Holy Roman Empire are here, and it is the 10 toes that we see in Daniel chapter 2, and of course the 10 horns we see here. Now, He considered the horns, Daniel says in verse 8, and behold, there came out from among them. Now, this is all future stuff for us. Another little horn, which before which were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and this horn, eyes like a man, and the mouth spoke great things. This jets us right into Revelation 13. This little horn of Daniel is none other than the Antichrist. He speaks blasphemous things in Revelation 13:5. You can line that up. It's so amazing, the precision of this. But this little horn of Daniel 7:8 and also chapter 8, it's also the prince that shall come, Daniel 9:26, the abomination of desolation, Daniel 12:11, and also Matthew 24:15. It's the willful king, Daniel 11:36-35. 2 Thessalonians 2:3 calls him the son of perdition. It's the beast out of the sea, Revelation 13:1. And it's the head restores the Roman Empire. It's the whore of Babylon, and his counterpart, really, the whore of Babylon, which is the false prophet. It's amazing. This all connects. Daniel gives us so much insight to the book of Revelation. And verse 9 through 12 talks about the thrones were placed. The Ancient of Days did sit. And I'm going to kind of skim through here, but verse 11 says, and I beheld, because of the voice of the great words of the horn spoke, which is, of course, the great horn, the beast, or the little horn, or the son of perdition, again, the Antichrist. And he was slain, given to the burning fire. Revelation 19:20, we see that the beast and the false prophet are thrown into the lake of fire. And for the rest, the beasts had their dominion taken away and their lives were prolonged. So the rest of the beasts, this final beast, of course, is the Antichrist, but the previous beasts were the kings and their kingdoms, which it says their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. They're gone now, but they had their day, is the point. And then verse 13, I saw the night visions. One like the Son of Man came, the clouds of heaven, came to the Ancient Days, and they were brought near before him. And there was given to him dominion and glory and kingdom, that all the people, nations, and languages should serve him. And dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, in his kingdom which shall not be destroyed. And this is the one we're looking for, quite frankly. The Antichrist, we're not even going to see him because he's going to be in the 7-year tribulation. The church is raptured before that. And of course, after the 7-year tribulation comes this king, Jesus Christ, and we will come with him. And he a kingdom of all the nations and peoples. And it's a kingdom that will have dominion. It'll have the dominion for 1,000 years on earth, and then eternal dominion. Jesus Christ will rule and reign. He's ruling and reigning now, as in heaven, as we look upon this whole cosmological, historical, prophetic scene that's laid before us, that we can connect with both Daniel and Revelation and other parts of the Bible as well, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, on and on. Well, Daniel was grieved, and he said he wanted to know the interpretation, verses 15 and 16. And then the angel that's giving him these revelations, verse 17 and 18, gives him a summary. The great beasts, which are the 4 kings that arise out of the earth, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, of course, into the millennial kingdom. So he gives just a real quick synopsis. Then Daniel says, I would want to know more specifically about this 4th beast, who is different from all the others and exceedingly dreadful, talking about the little horn that came out of the 10 horn, or the 4 beasts. And verse 20 says, and of the 10 horns there was a head, and the other which came up, before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spoke great things. Again, blasphemy. Again, we see that in Revelation 13:5, whose look was more stout than the others. And I beheld, and that same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Amazing, because in Revelation 13:7, that's exactly what it says. And until the Ancient of Days. So Satan is going to empower the beast, the false prophet, the man of perdition, this Antichrist, and he's going to begin his work in the beginning of Revelation. For the first 3.5 years, there's a sense of gathering together and peace being made and that sort of thing. And then in that second half, he's going to, Matthew 24:15, and of course in Daniel 7, he's going to go in the temple and want to be worshipped as God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 tells us about this as well. And then from that point, he's going to make war on all the saints for the second 3.5 years of the tribulation. And that's going to go on. He's going to make war with the saints. He's going to overcome them, kill many, many of them. In verse 22, it says, until what? Until the Ancient of Days came and the judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and time came that the saints possessed the kingdom, talking of the millennial kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, and shall be different from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it into pieces. And of course, that's looking again back at the Roman Empire. That's a revised Roman Empire in yet future times. We are coming to that now. They're looking for a ruler now. There's one that said that, we need a ruler for the world. We need a ruler for Europe, whether it be a devil or whatever. We don't care. We'll accept them. That was a direct quote from someone from the EU many years ago. The revised Roman Empire. And the 10 horns of the 10 kingdoms that shall rise, another shall rise after them, and he shall be different from the other and subdue 3 kings. In other words, the little horn, the beast, the Antichrist, he's going to take over and rule over 7 of the kingdoms. 3 of them will be taken out. And he'll speak great words against the Most High, shall wear out the saints and try to change times and laws, and shall be given to him the hand and times time and half a time. Again, that's that second 3.5 years. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, consume it, and to destroy it in the end. And the kingdom and dominion, the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people, the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is, of course, the millennial kingdom, everlasting kingdom, and all dominions, and shall serve and obey him. Jesus Christ will take dominion. Revelation 19, when he comes back, he destroys the enemy, puts Satan into the bottomless pit, and for 1,000 years rules. And of course, the kingdom of Christ will rule forever, and will rule with him. Here's the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cognations much troubled me, and my countenance changed me, but I kept the matter in my heart. In other words, this was way too much for my gourd. You may be thinking, well, it's way too much for my gourd too, and it can be. But what's so amazing is the details, the accuracy of the book of Daniel, the prophecies. For Daniel, he prophesied the four coming kingdoms. We've seen those kingdoms come and go. Except the fourth kingdom, even though in a sense it's gone, it's still in existence in the whole European community. 10 horns are just going to rise out of that. I don't know exactly how that's going to be. And then, of course, one little horn is going to pop up and take out the 3 of those, and then 7 will be left, and he's going to be over all of them, and again, he's going to, in the tribulation, he's going to do all that, and then he's going to make war with the saints, and then he's going to be, of course, wiped out at the end, because Jesus Christ and all of his saints in heaven are going to come with him and put an end to that, and then we'll have the millennial kingdom. It's going to be glorious, gang. So keep your eyes on the Lord, keep your eyes in the book, the Bible, and keep your face on the ground and worship the Lord. Look up, your redemption draws nigh. Time is short. If you don't know Jesus, it's a great time to know him. Surrender your life today. Receive Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Turn from your way and turn onto the way of Jesus Christ, and you will be saved. God bless you as you serve him.